Hi, I'm Lindsay, and for my second career profile, I decided to do it on marriage and family therapists. Some of the things that I found about their work environment is that it's a pretty laid back work environment. You get to pick your own hours, you get to pick the days you work, and that's because when you're a marriage and family therapist, you typically are working either in a practice that you own or another private practice. And you get to typically not work weekends or holidays because it's typically a Monday through Friday, 9 to 5 business hours. So you get to pick within those hours and kind of make your own schedule at work, which can be really nice if you have a family of your own at home that you want to be home to at nights or on weekends. Some of the stressors, though, that can come with this job is that it can be emotionally draining. You're working with families that are going through hard times and with couples that are struggling and kids that are struggling, and you hear all their stories and all their problems, and sometimes it can weigh you down and it can take an emotional toll on you. So it's just important to remember all the positive things going on in your life and remember to keep your work at work and not bring it home so that it doesn't affect your family life. Some of the tasks that you have to do when you're a marriage and family therapist is you have to problem solve. You have to come up with effective solutions to help save marriages, help get kids back on the right track. You have to be a good listener and good at communication skills. One of the things that I thought was really interesting is you have to be a direct communicator. You can't tiptoe around things. You have to just tell them how it is and let them understand what they're doing is wrong, what they're doing is right, and just make it very clear cut for them so there's no questions or miscommunications. As far as education, in order to be a therapist, you have to have your master's. You doesn't necessarily have to be in marriage and family studies. It could be in psychology or social work. It has to, but something along those lines. After you get your master's, each state requires a licensure, and you take a test to pass that, and then you have to have 2 years of supervised clinical experience before you can do it on your own. After you do that and you become a licensed marriage and family therapist, you can make typically about $48,000 a year with improvement to $78,000, almost $79,000. Some things that I thought that were very interesting while looking up information about this job is that there's only 168,000 marriage and family therapists out there today, which I was kind of surprised. I thought it was a little low considering how many people are married, but also that I think that also shows that that a lot of people aren't getting married, and that's showing that there's not a high demand for this career. But they do expect an increase in that job to 20% within the next 10 years, which I think is interesting because it's showing that although less people are getting married, the more people that are getting married, they're having more problems. And yeah, that's my presentation.